As part of human exploration of the Moon, numerous space missions have been undertaken to study Earth's natural satellite. Of the Moon landings, Luna 2 of the Soviet Union was the first spacecraft to reach its surface successfully, intentionally impacting the Moon on September 13, 1959. In 1966, Luna 9 became the first spacecraft to achieve a controlled soft landing, while Luna 10 became the first mission to enter orbit. Between 1968 and 1972, crewed missions to the Moon were conducted by the United States as part of the Apollo program. Apollo 8 was the first crewed mission to enter orbit in December 1968, and was followed by Apollo 10 in May 1969. 6 missions landed men on the Moon, beginning with Apollo 11 in July 1969, during which Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the Moon. Apollo 13 was intended to land, however it was restricted to a flyby due to a malfunction aboard the spacecraft. All 9 crewed missions returned safely to the Earth. While the United States focused on the crewed Apollo program, the Soviet Union conducted uncrewed missions that deployed rovers and returned samples to the Earth. 3 rover missions were launched, of which 2 were successful, and 11 sample return flights were attempted with 3 successes. Missions to the Moon have been conducted by the Soviet Union, United States, European Space Agency, Japan, India, People's Republic of China and Israel. The Moon has also been visited by 5 spacecraft not dedicated to studying it, 4 spacecraft have flown past it to gain gravity assistance, and a radio telescope, Explorer 49, was placed into selenocentric orbit in order to use the Moon to block interference from terrestrial radio sources. The next missions with the human crew will begin the following years. The first mission will be in 2022, performed by NASA, and consists of the crewed test of the Orion spacecraft on a free return trajectory around the Moon. Artemis II, originally known as Exploration Mission 2 or M2 until the introduction of the Artemis program in 2019, when it was renamed, is the planned first crewed mission of NASA's Orion spacecraft to be launched by the Space Launch System in 2022. Originally, the crewed mission was intended to collect samples from a captured asteroid in lunar orbit by the now-cancelled robotic asteroid redirect mission. The current plan is for a crewed Orion spacecraft to perform a lunar flyby test and return to Earth. This will be the first crewed spacecraft to leave low Earth orbit since Apollo 17 in 1972. 12 people have walked on the Moon, starting with Neil Armstrong and ending with Gene Cernan. All crewed lunar landings took place between July 1969 and December 1972 as part of the Apollo program. Alan Shepard was the oldest person to walk on the Moon, at age 47 years and 80 days. Charles Duke was the youngest, at age 36 years and 201 days. Duke, Buzz Aldrin, David Scott, and Harrison Schmitt are still living as of July 2019, the most recent to die was Alan Bean. Tools such as a hammer, or the commemorative, artistic, and personal objects left there by Apollo astronauts, such as the US flags, commemorative plaques attached to the ladders of the Apollo lunar modules. Humans have left over 187,400 kilograms of material on the Moon, and 380 kilograms of Moon rock was brought back to Earth by Apollo and Luna missions. Permanent human habitation on a planetary body other than the Earth is one of science fiction's most prevalent themes. As technology has advanced, and concerns about the future of humanity on Earth have increased, the vision of space colonization as an achievable and worthwhile goal has gained momentum. Because of its proximity to Earth, the Moon is seen as the best and most obvious location for the first permanent off-planet colony. Currently, the main problem hindering the development of such a colony is the high cost of spaceflight. There are also several projects that have been proposed for the near future by space tourism startup companies for tourism on the Moon.